In a world where monsters are the order of the day, the hunters, a chosen few, have been gifted with the ability to slaughter them and protect the rest of humanity. Jin-Woo, the world's weakest hunter, has a dream, and unsurprisingly, it's to become the strongest hunter alive. Will he fulfill his dreams, or will he lose his life in the throes of battle? It starts 3 years ago with a Navy officer asking his captain why they're not participating in the ongoing fight. The captain tells the officer that it's best to let the hunters handle it. The scene then shifts to several low-rank hunters battling an army of large ants. The ants are overpowering them when the S-rank hunters arrive and support them. Elsewhere, Guildmaster Choi and his men combat a different army of ants. It is at this moment that we learn more about this universe's origins. 10 years ago, several gates appeared that link the human world with an alternate dimension. Behind each gate lay bizarre creatures called magic beasts who are immune to standard human weapons. Prompt the emergence of awakened individuals, or hunters, categorized from S to E based on magical prowess. Fast forward to the present, where 2 men, Park and Kim, share life updates. Park, driven by family needs, engages in raids for financial support. The narrative takes a turn with Sung Jin-Woo, considered one of the weakest hunters, joining the scene. As he recounts a challenging E-rank dungeon experience, Joo-hee questions the absence of a healer, highlighting the struggles of the less fortunate hunters. A raid meeting led by Song Cheol sets the stage for the next adventure. Meanwhile, Chairman Go discusses concerns about dungeon breaks with his comrade. Despite the risks, Go emphasizes the importance of hunters collecting valuable items for the world's benefit. Jin-Woo faces peril in the dungeon, saved by Park, who intends to confront more magic beasts. Go reveals the potential of essence stones, collected from defeated magic beasts, and their role in generating clean energy. The hunters triumph over the dungeon boss, but Joo-hee urges Jin-Woo to reconsider his perilous path. The discovery of a cave prompts debate among the hunters. Despite divided opinions, Jin-Woo's decision to proceed stems from his family's dire situation. Choi receives commendations for his hunter's performance, but remains skeptical about their capabilities compared to S-rank hunter Cha Hae-in. The team embarks on a new quest, angering Joo-hee. As they reach the dungeon boss's chamber, Go welcomes newly awakened hunters, advising caution. Inside, a peculiar scripture and ominous statues add a layer of mystery. A fatal encounter with the statues leaves everyone on edge, concluding with Jin-Woo questioning their survival. Song praises Jin-Woo for his observation skills and asks him to tend to his wound, because he knows Joo-hee doesn't handle intense situations well. Song reflects on his experiences with B-rank dungeons, and believes the giant statue that shot the laser beam is an A or S-rank level foe. Song recites the lines from the scripture he read earlier. Jin-Woo, however, wonders if the god from its text happens to be the giant statue figure. Song tells everyone it'd be best to create a solid strategy. A hunter, however, disagrees and tries to rely on his speed to escape. Unfortunately, he perishes to the giant statue's laser beam attack. Jin-Woo questions the statue's murderous intentions. He asks Song to state the ancient scripture's first commandment. After he does, Jin-Woo bows before the statue since the first commandment requires folks to revere God. The statue halts its attack, meaning that the statue is the god the scripture is referring to. Jin-Woo informs the others to do the same. Then, the statue rises from its seat and approaches the hunters. Song asks Jin-Woo what they should do next. Jin-Woo states the second commandment's words about praising God. A hunter approaches the statue and prays to it, but he is killed on the spot. Jin-Woo believes it is, because the hunter's words don't apply to the statue. The statue kills another hunter, causing the rest of the hunters to flee. Park tries running far away from the statue but gets murdered by another one of the statues in the dungeon. Jin-Woo notices a few statues with instruments nearby and tells the others to head toward them. Song and another ally hunter toward these statues. These statues don't show murderous intent. However, Jin-Woo and Joo-hee flee to another statue. Jin-Woo then leaves Joo-hee in its protection because though he is unsure if this statue will protect them both. As Jin-Woo is about to get hit with a laser beam, he reaches for a nearby instrument-carrying statue in time, which saves his life. The statue then returns to its seat. Joo-hee rushes over to Jin-Woo and realizes he has lost one of his legs. As Joo-hee heals Jin-Woo's wound, Kim scolds Song for his poor leadership and decision-making skills. Suddenly, the statue causes the floor to rupture beneath the hunter's feet and summons an altar. Jin-Woo states intel about altars and their history in addition to the third commandment's wording about people needing to prove their faith in God. Kim tells Song that he should sacrifice himself. As Song approaches the altar, Jin-Woo feels guilty that Song is taking the fall for all their mistakes. Suddenly, Flames start blazing around the altar. Jin-Woo asks two hunters to take him close to the altar so he can observe what is happening. At the altar, Jin-Woo and Sung discuss if it'd be a good idea to wait here for help to arrive. Jin-Woo talks about the dungeon break phenomenon that occurs when a gate opens up all the way after 7 days pass. During this event, monsters can cross over into the human world. Additionally, he highlights why it's important for hunters to defeat a dungeon's boss and seal the gate up before the 7-day limit. Jin-Woo fears if they can't find a way to stop the statue, it'll likely leave its dungeon and cause a ruckus in the real world. Jin-Woo asks Kim and Joo-hee to enter the altar area. Suddenly, several statues approach the hunters. He tells everyone to keep their eyes on the statues. A female hunter however breaks her stare and flees. One of the hunters thinks she made it out okay, leaving Jin-Woo confused and wondering what's happening. Another hunter succumbs to pressure, drops Jin-Woo on the ground, and flees in the same direction the previous hunter did. Kim attempts to flee next, but Jin-Woo tells him and the others to keep their eyes on the statue. He believes the blue flames surrounding them act as a timer and once they're extinguished, they'll be free to go. Kim praises Jin-Woo for his guidance but chooses to leave. Song tells Joo-hee to escape with Jin-Woo and leave him be. Joo-hee tries to leave but realizes she can't move her legs. Song wonders if it's because she used too much power during her attempt to heal Jin-Woo's wound. Jin-Woo tells Song to escape the place with Joo-hee, but she refuses to leave him behind, so Song knocks her out and leaves with her. Jin-Woo is glad he'll be the only one to suffer the dungeon statue's wrath. Jin-Woo tries to fight but gets beaten by the statues. During this brutal beatdown, Jin-Woo reflects on his life experiences. Before the final flame extinguishes, as one of the statues is about to attack Jin-Woo, a log appears in front of him. This log informs Jin-Woo that he's qualified to become a player. It tells him he has 2 seconds to accept the offer, otherwise, he'll die. The episode closes with Jin-Woo accepting the offer. Jin-Woo jolts awake in a hospital bed, astonished to find his injuries from the statues miraculously vanished. Woo, the manager of the Hunter Association's surveillance team, and his partner Kong enter the room, revealing that Jin-Woo has been unconscious for 3 days. They drop bombshells about Song's potential retirement and Joo-hee's psychiatric treatment, while disclosing that only 6 survivors endured the double dungeon ordeal. Woo discloses that the White Tiger Guild was notified, but they found Jin-Woo alone, sprawled on the ground with no trace of statues or a temple. Intrigued, Woo questions Jin-Woo about a second awakening, prompting Jin-Woo to check Kang's mana meter. Disappointingly, there's no change. Apologies exchanged, Woo and Kong exit, leaving Jin-Woo pondering the unasked questions about the log. In a surprise visit, Jin-Woo's sister Jaina storms in, scolding him for causing her undue worry. However, she, too, cannot see the log. Jin-Woo turns to her for guidance on video games, discovering he's now the player with a daily strength training quest. Examining the log, Jin-Woo learns about the player development system, facing penalties for non-compliance. Perplexed, he reads about rewards, triggering laughter. Later, a gate appears, and Jin-Woo fails his daily quest, leading him to a desert with a giant centipede. Survival becomes crucial, and Jin-Woo conquers the challenge, ending up back in the hospital. In shock, Jin-Woo faints as the log rewards him for completing the penalty quest. Morning brings news of imminent hospital discharge. Joo-hee learns of Jin-Woo's condition and visits. Outside, nurses gossip about Jin-Woo's newfound exercise enthusiasm. Discovering he completed his strength training quest, unraveling the mysteries of the player development system. Rewards range from full recovery to ability points and a random loot box. Jin-Woo gets a key, prompting curiosity. News reports gates opening, and Jin-Woo visits his ailing mother. A flashback reveals her final rest disease due to mana exposure. Daily quests progress, and Jin-Woo invests heavily in strength stats. Using the loot box key, he enters an instance dungeon at Hapjeong Station. The doors close, and the log appears, setting a new challenge: defeat the boss or use a teleportation stone. Goblins fall, but a steel-fanged Leekan emerges, setting the stage for a thrilling encounter as the episode concludes. The episode closes with the Leekan leaping toward Jin-Woo. What do you think happens next? Smash the bell icon for instant updates on the latest episode, and don't forget to click on the like and subscribe icon to support our channel.